Hi guys, my name is Umi and welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the full gist of what happened last night in the Big Brother Naija house. So last night, the housemates had their first arena games. So we'll talk about that. And after the arena games was basically the pool party, which was teaming between Wani and Sean. And this video is going to basically analyze those two events that happened in the house. So let's get into the gist. Now, last night, Big Brother gathered the housemates into the arena to play their first arena game of the season. And when they got into the arena, Big Brother asked the peers to pick a participant amongst themselves to represent them for the playing of that game. Now, the game, actually, Big Brother made an announcement that the game was going to take place in 3 stages. The housemates were not notified as to what the first stage was, but after they picked their representatives, Big Brother explained the rules of the games to the housemates. Now, the first stage was basically a game of the sense of smell. So the housemates were basically meant to identify the smell of their partners blindfolded. Yes, you heard me right. They were actually blindfolded and were meant to identify their partners. So Big Brother had a lineup of like 5 housemates in the house just to confuse the person blindfolded to guess. So they'll bring out like 5 different housemates and the partner is actually amongst the 5. So the person has 4 wrong answer and 1 right answer. So everybody pretty much did well in this game, which was actually surprising, because if I was in that house, I'm sure I'll not be able to identify my partner by their smell. The only reason why I'll be able to identify a partner is if the person actually has a particular perfume they wear. That's the only way I will be able to identify a partner. But if it's just based on your natural sense, I won't be able to identify my partner at all. So the housemates actually did a good job. Every housemate did a good job. They identified their partners based on smell, which I was very impressed by. The only housemate that lost this challenge was the shatoria housemate. So Sean was representative in this particular phase of the game, and he could not recognize Victoria's smell, which actually surprised me because they've been having friction between these two peers. I don't know what's going on between them, but Sean has been like awkward around Victoria and vice versa. Like they've been awkward around each other. I don't know if they have an issue. They don't see eye to eye. Even their first diary session was kind of weird. Like the vibe was not just there. So yeah, Sean lost that part. So the next stage that Big Brother introduced the housemate to and the participant to was sense of touch. So it's basically the same thing as sense of smell, except this time around you're just feeling your partner's hands to know which one is actually yours. So basically the difference is that instead of smelling, you're just basically feeling or touching the palm of the people's hands to identify which one of them is your partner, and you're also blindfolded. So just kind of like the same as the first one, but the difference is that you're touching. So because the shatoria pair did not actually get the first stage, they were not able to move on to the next stage. And for this one, it was also very impressive because like almost everybody got this stage. Like everybody could identify their partner that just by touching them, which is amazing. I'm like, you guys, you spend so much time with your partners that you actually know how they feel like, which is like amazing. I was super impressed. Even Biggie was actually impressed by the housemates' performance. I was not surprised that the twins, both peers, the Ingbadue twins and Wani and Annie got theirs, because they are twins. They've known each other their whole life, so of course they should be able to identify their partners by their smell and touch. So that was not too surprising. And the couples in the game not actually surprising, which is Zinwe and the married couples, Double K. They're not actually surprising. Only one person did not make it in this game, which was the beta pair, and it's understandable. So Biggie did not actually move to the 3rd stage. So after the end of the 2nd stage, he made an announcement that because the housemate did so well, he's going to reward them with a pool party, which everybody was excited by. Yeah, he gave them 10 minutes to get prepared, to get dressed up and like prepare and head on to the pool. And everybody was so excited. The music was already playing. Me, I was already feeling the vibe. So yeah, after 10 minutes, everybody went down to the pool party, and that's when, you know, everybody brought the heat and the fire. And let me tell you, the girls were looking immaculate. Everybody was looking so good, especially my favorite pair, which is Wani and Annie. Ooh, they looked so good, but I was actually worried about their dress because it was so revealing. and it looked like, at first it looked like they were uncomfortable because they just kept adjusting, and me, I was scared though, because they could have like a wardrobe malfunction and there could be a nip slip. But these girls, after they adjusted for a while, they didn't even care. They were dancing, they were vibing, and I was like, oh, these are my kind of people. People that you can party with. They were vibing. They even had like choreographed dance moves. I was so impressed. I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I was a twin right now, because this would be I and my imaginary twin sister on the dance floor with our choreographed dance steps, killing the dance floor. So it's like the party was so amazing. They looked amazing. And also the couple, Chinwe, that's Zion and Chinwe actually looked amazing. Like, she knows the outfit that would fit and suit her body. Like, the swimwear she wore was really good. Like, it accentuated, is that the word? It basically enlightened her curves. Like, she looked really good, and the pair was actually matching, so we're matching in colors, yeah, and they both looked good. But I'd like to make a comment about the Indian pair. They were really, like, I could not really see them during the pool party. I think the auntie was basically the one in the barbecue session, so she was the one preparing the meat and everything, but she not really party. And the thing about the Indian pair is that I don't know why the auntie loves acting like she's super old. You would think, when you look at her, you would think she's in her 40s or in her 50s, but baby girl is in her 30s. And a little baby told me that she's 31 years old. So if she's actually 31 years old, my dear, she's in her prime. So why is she acting like an old woman? She's sluggish. Where's the energy? Pick it up, girl. And the nieces, or maybe that's just out there in their family, the niece is also like kind of boring. I think towards the end of the pool party was when I actually saw her. She was now dancing and vibing. Finally, you are dancing on the dance floor. Hallelujah. Welcome, girl. Welcome to the party. A little, too late, but welcome. And the sad part about this thing is that the way they are acting and behaving, if they did not actually win the custodian challenge and get the immunity, I'm guessing they will be one of the bottom pairs, and they would have likely had gone home come Sunday, because the way they're acting, they're not giving content, they are giving nothing. How can you expect the viewers to work with nothing? If you give me nothing, you will receive nothing. Nothing means you receive no votes. So they need to like up their game. Now let's go back to my favorite pair in the first place, which is Wani and Andy, the two identical female twins. Now Wani in particular, Wani and Sean had their moment. I think that was their first kiss in Big Brother's house, was during the pool party. Wani was all over Sean. She just kept kissing, and of course Sean is a man, he would kiss you back. They just kept kissing, putting their tongues down each other's throats, smooshing and everything. And like, Wani was all over Sean. Of course she would also have fun. At least she knows how to multitask. She would kiss Sean, go back to dancing with her twin, drinking, vibing. She was all over the place, which was amazing, twerking or whatever. But my problem with that relationship or situationship or whatever ship they're in right now is that I don't think it's reciprocated. Sean is acting like a guy that Sean is acting like, the body language Sean is giving is like, it's not giving like Sean is interested in Wani as much as Wani is interested in Sean, if that makes sense. Like, Wani, during the party, Wani was the one looking for Sean. If Sean is behind the bar, Wani is the one going towards Sean, sitting down on his lap, kissing. Of course, he would reciprocate, because most men out there will reciprocate a kiss, because it's a kiss, freebie. So he kissed her back. Of course, he'll kiss her back, but I don't think he actually fancies her. So that's my issue with that thing over there. Because let's imagine Sean actually fancied Wani, then yeah, that would have been an amazing ship. But Sean is just there, he's just doing his own thing, and I feel like it feels, I don't know what he actually feels, but my opinion is that it feels like Wani is able spoiling his, is blocking him. Wani is cock blocking him. So now that she's kissing and doing all these things with Sean cannot chase other people, because now Wani is assumed to be his girl. And if he follows somebody else, it will look like a bad person. So Sean is just like in the middle, but going with the flow. Because yes, if you can remember, he's also up for eviction. He and his peers up for eviction. So he's just going with the flow, because at least that is content for him, and he will not go home because one is giving him content. So he's receiving the content, and the content comes with free kisses. It's like whoop, whoop, win-win situation for Sean, and that's how I see it. Okay, let's go to the married couple, which is double K pretending to be bestie. So when the party started, you know, Cassia was dancing, twerking or whatever. Kelly Ray came behind her, did his thing, but just like for a few seconds and he left. And I was like, oh, that was like a second too long, because we can feel the chemistry. When people are together, the chemistry is oozing through the TV. Like you can smell it in the atmosphere. And after that, there was also a moment when Cassia went to Kelly Ray and she was dancing on him, and she was giving this like, baby, I miss you kind of vibe. I want to dance with you. And Kelly Ray was like, baby, calm down, you know. He didn't call her baby, but it was like, calm down, like don't blow our cover, that kind of vibe. And she now went back to doing her own thing, and they were now separated from each other, which was amazing, at least. But those few moments, like, everybody could feel the chemistry. I saw an housemate looking at them, like, you could feel the chemistry, like, you can just sense that there's something going on between these people. But yep, I think the housemate will just think these people are besties that fancy each other, but they are not doing anything about it. That's how it just looks like to the other housemates. But yeah, they have to be careful about their game, because if they don't play it, they should play it well. But it's good to confuse the housemate. At least that's content again. You're confusing the housemate while you're keeping us on the edge of our seat. So I don't think it's working against them, and I don't think they will be one of the people that will likely go home come Sunday. So that's amazing. That's good for them either ways. So basically, the party was fun. I enjoyed the music. 10/10. DJ was amazing. Kayode was doing his job. By the way, if you hear me say Kayode is the name that Nigerians have given cameraman. So if you see a video and you are like, oh, Kayode did a good job, they're basically saying the cameraman did a good job. Yes, so Kayode did a good job. So after the party, another drama. Which was surprising, because the party looked like it was actually going well. It looked like there was no fight, no nothing. Everybody was just vibing. But apparently, in the background, things were happening. So this drama was between Wani and Andy and somebody, and I just like, the first clip we saw was just Wani and Andy complaining about something, and I was so confused. And she was apologizing to Sean. I was like, Sean? In my head, Sean should be apologizing to you for abandoning you in the party and making you chase after him. So I was like, why is she apologizing to Sean? This is weird, but okay, let me keep seeing what's going on. So when the old drama was going to be reviewed, apparently the twins, which is Wani and Andy, had a problem with the other twin, which is the Mbadwe twins. I was like, okay, twins having problems with each other. Okay, let's see what's the drama about. So apparently during the party, the Mbadwe twins went to meet the girls, took their drinks, and told them not to lose guard because of drinks, and they felt offended by the approach. The problem basically with the girls was the approach and the fact that they called them childish, which is like, your feelings are valid, however somebody makes you feel, it's valid, like, for you to feel that way. So, and I don't think what the girls did was childish, because if somebody approaches you to say, oh fam, I don't like the way you spoke to me, blah blah blah, me approaching you is not childish. I feel like the childish thing is for me to keep it in my mind and revenge, or like avoid it or something. But if somebody can approach you and say, girl, I don't like what you did to me, blah blah blah, because it gives you an opportunity to change, or at least be aware that this person does not like certain things. So the fact that the girls went to meet the Mbadiwe twins was enough to show their maturity. So I don't see how that is actually childish. So yeah, they just kept going back and forth. The Mbadiwe twins were trying to explain their own viewpoint and say that Big Brother actually called them, since they are the heads of house, to caution the girls of how they were drinking and all. So that's why they actually went there and told them. And because apparently I think they know each other from the outside, so because they are G's and he does not want to see anything bad to happen, he does not want anything bad to happen to them, because if you get strikes in Big Brother's house, I think 3 strikes, you're out of the game. So he wants them to actually keep being in the game. That's why he told them. And since the theme of the game is no lose guard, and that's why he came off that way and said, babes, don't lose guard because of drinks. Come on, get your head in the game. So he was basically trying to say he didn't get in a bad way, we're just trying to help her out. But the only thing that statement lacked was an apology. Even if you don't mean things in a certain way, if somebody complains and says, this hurts my feelings, even if you don't mean it in a negative way, you should still tender an apology. So in that apology, you are meant to say, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That was not my intention. Yes, that's a perfect apology. If you say it that way, then everything we shake on it and we move. And if the person does not take it, then you can now say maybe you are childish. Because now I've accepted that I made you feel a certain way, but it was not intentional. I was just trying to look out for you, girl. You grab and that, but the other is, I don't think they actually said sorry. They didn't say sorry, and that's the problem. Just say sorry and let's move on. Let's stop. Show. They just kept talking about it to other people. And all the guys were talking about it to other people, the girls were talking about it to other people, and that was it. So what was the point of the girls sharing their feelings towards what you did to them? Because the way you took it, next time if you do something to them, it's best for them not to share it with you, because you're not going to take accountability and you just keep going to they are childish. I don't know if they are doing it for camera time. I don't know if they are trying to get, they just kept complaining, and yeah, that's a turn off for me. So after that drama between the twins, the next scene we're seeing is Toby and Kashia. By the way, Toby is from the trees pair, which means C's and Rees, okay? While Kashia is from the double K pair, the double K pair that pretends to be besties, but they're actually married couples. So now that you know where these people are coming from, Toby has been talking to Kashia before, but later told his partner that he's not into I just playing a game, which I already, pointed out before, that everybody's playing a game. Nobody can fancy it, but this is less than 80 something hours, so how are they fancying each other like this? So everybody already knows that we're playing a game here. So Toby was not giving Kashia another reason. He was saying, I like you right now. I just feel like pinning you to the wall and giving you a deep kiss. I just want to give you a deep kiss and pin you to the wall. I'm like, oh, sorry, but by the way, that's triggering to me, because some people might think, oh, that's sexy, but in my head I'm just thinking you are being forceful, no consent. It's giving, I don't want RAPE vibe, like that's what it's giving to me. I don't know if it's because I'm a lawyer, but like when he said I just want to pin you to the wall and just give you a deep kiss, I'm like, without consent. I was just thinking about all this thing, and I'm like, it's not sexy to me. Like, that's not a sexy thing to say. And he also said something, I just want to impregnate you in 2 weeks. I'll just impregnate you. I'm like, huh? And in Toby's mind, he's thinking, I don't give Kashia Rees. She's going to come, she's going to come crawling to me. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking he's playing a good game. I don't know if this will work on most girls, or maybe if you're actually attracted to the guy and he says that, you might be thinking, oh, but this is not a movie. Like, this is reality. How would you say you want to pin girl to the wall and just give her a deep kiss? Number one, like, the way I'm looking at it, I'm coming from the standpoint, because I'm a girl, so from a girl's perspective. So the way I'm looking at it is that, number one, guys, you guys are already stronger than us. Physically, you are stronger than us. We cannot compete 10 times over. Even the smallest guy can take down the biggest girl, you grab. So the way nature has created you people are stronger than us. We are weaker compared to you. So you guys are giving like a predatory vibe, and we're your prey. That's the vibe it has always been given between men and women. That's the vibe. You guys are the predators, we are the prey. No offense to the women, I'm not degrading us, but I'm just saying that's just the reality of things. So if I, as a prey, if I hear something like, you want to pin me, I'm going to run away from you, because number one, I'm already thinking, if I tell you no, like, I have no choice in that situation. If I say no and you still insist, you can still do whatever, you can still have your way without my control. And one thing I don't like in life is not having control. Yes, and that there's lots of situations I have no control over, but the ones I have control over, I used to take advantage of that situation. If I was the girl, I want to pee, I'll be like, okay, so Toby, I have to go right now. I just want to go and, shower. I'll make an excuse and I'll run away from there, and I'll avoid you. Because that's a scary statement to me. Yep. But yeah, they're in a game. Kashia knows he cannot utter because there are cameras all over. So maybe she was a little bit comfortable and she was just giving an awkward laugh. And that was it. But to me, that was not sexy at all. And by the way, Kayode now showed us Kelly Ray, which is Kashia's husband, and the look on his face, it looked like he was angry and he was aggravated. So the reason Kayode did that is for us to believe that Kayode can see what's going on between Kashia and Toby. But by the way, he can't, because they were actually upstairs and Kelly Ray was downstairs. So, and the way the angle, the way his head was facing, it's impossible for him to see what's happening upstairs. So Kayode just did that for drama, for people to say, hey, Kelly Ray is angry about the conversation. But no, it wasn't, because he didn't actually see the conversation happen. I'm sure Kashia will gist him about it afterwards and he'll be like, really, that happened? I didn't know about it. So yeah, Kelly Ray did not actually see what happened. Kayode just showed us that scene just to, you know, create drama, because remember, the production team is trying to create drama, so they will try to show different clips for us to like assume and imagine things. So yeah, Kelly Ray did not actually see what happened, and if he did, he was not actually reacting the way production wants us to think he reacted. He doesn't really give a flying F if someone is having a discussion with his partner. You can see them. It's not like they were doing anything inappropriate. So no, he's not that jealous the way production is trying to paint Kelly Ray. Okay, Toby was basically giving Kashia speaking, and I think that, I feel like the vibe Toby was trying to portray to Kashia is that he is tipsy / drunk right now, and because of the state he's in, he's telling the truth, because there is a notion that drunk people always say the truth. They cannot control what is in their mind, they always say it. So that was the notion Toby was trying to portray. So that scene right there, I saw it for what it was. It was acting. It was super obvious to me. It was super obvious that it was acting. It was acting like, you know, it's because I'm tipsy right now, I'm saying the truth, believe me, I really respect you, I fancy you, I want to pin you down the wall, I want to impregnate you, and the only reason why I said that is because I'm going to take you serious. I'm just trying to tell you how serious I'll take you, because you are a wife material, you need to be put in a home, blah 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 blah. You're different from the other girls, I don't want any other person but you. So if you give me mixed feelings, I'm going to go 100% with you and pursue you 100%. You know, say, but I feel like your heart is somewhere else, your heart is with somebody, blah blah blah. Just kept on talking. So basically that conversation was just to seal the deal with Kashia, so that she will feel like he's not a playboy, he really fancies her, blah blah blah. But from the information that I got from Mayor, his partner, so Mayor was practicing their presentation, and he was practicing it with somebody, and he said that Toby is an actor, is a content creator, and a script writer. Toby is also other things, but let's focus on these three right now. So we all know that Toby now, from what the partner said, acts for a living. He's also a script writer, meaning he can, you know, manufacture stories in his head. You know, script writer, to feel a script, a story, basically, he can make up a story, and he can also act it out. So that is basically what Toby did, and what Toby is doing with Kashia. Is basically acting a script, which is super obvious to me. I always love when people have like a game plan. When I'm watching something, people have a strategy or a game plan, and I cannot figure it out. I always love when I cannot figure out people's strategy or people's intentions. Like, it's always exciting for me, because unfortunately, when I watch movies or when things are happening in real life or situation around me, like when I see somebody, I always almost can figure out your strategy and your game plan. And sometimes, just because it's funny to me, I can play along. And I'm looking at you and I'm like, acting like I'm chopping your bobo. But in my head, I'm like, you think you're deceiving me? You are playing checkers, but I'm playing chess. Hard for you to just come and give me game plan. I already calculate. I've calculated all the strategy everywhere. Oh, are you coming from this way? I'm going to checkmate you here. Are you coming from here? I'm going to... no, darling. But... like, I love it when maybe I'm watching a movie or watching like a reality show like this, and I cannot get your strategy or your game plan. I love to be surprised, you know, because me too, I'm also tired of figuring out people's game plan and strategies. Like, come on, it's boring over here. I need to be surprised. So Toby, I'm disappointed that I've got your strategy already. Think of something else, okay, and, you know, impress us. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.